Hey, Model T,
Yeah,
what are you doing?
I'm packing bearings
Packing bearings?
for the mail truck.
Really?
Yes.
Awesome! Let's get into it.
Yeah, he's going to show you how. Welcome to the shop, everybody. Here's
Hi.
Paul.
Welcome to the shop where safety is the highest priority.
Yeah. And he is working on the mail truck today. What are you doing to it?
Well, the mail truck developed Death Wobble.
Yes.
And one of the leading causes of Death Wobble is wheel bearings not being properly adjusted. That's what I suspected. So I went through the front end on this thing last week, and I made sure everything was tight, made sure the steering and all that was tight, everything was good. So the only thing left is wheel bearings. So I suspect that, and I am correct. So get over here and check this out.
Yeah, let's get a closer look.
This is a good...
So you can see it shaking side to side.
If you shake, no, it's up and down.
Or up
See,
and down.
this way, if it shakes this way, that's
yeah.
steering, loose steering.
Okay.
But this way, wheel bearings. Now, I already checked and made sure. In fact, I replaced the kingpins on this a year and a half ago, so I know the kingpins are fine, but I went ahead and checked anyway when I had it up on the rack last week for a video that's coming up. So the kingpins and everything are super tight, but I had a feeling, yeah, that one's kind of funky. So I'm going to pull the wheel off. I'm going to pull the wheel bearings apart, make sure the bearings are okay first. If they are, I'll repack them, put them back on, and make sure they're adjusted properly. So that's what I'm going to do.
Nice. Yeah, we definitely don't want the Death Wobble.
No, Death Wobble sucks. Especially in something that weighs as much and is as top heavy as this.
Yes.
Because this thing's kind of spooky anyway. You're driving along and you get Death Wobble. I did it once when we were on our way to a parade one time, and I don't know why I didn't think anything of it. But then when I did it the other day when I was driving it down to town, then yeah, I figured, okay. So jack up your car. I'm just going to do one side at a time for right now. So grab your metallic cinder blocks, put that underneath. I'm just going to do this side first. And I'm standing in this wet spot here because the water pump was leaking. I went ahead and put new packing in that, so it's not leaking anymore, but of course the water's still on the floor.
Ah, gotcha. I was wondering what that was about.
Yeah, that's about me. Because it's freezing cold in the shop. It's almost 8 p.m. I just got home from work. I have to be in bed in an hour. So I just don't have time right now.
Well, I will wipe that up for you, I promise.
Busy time of year.
Well, I was with him today, and that was a lot of really hard work today that we did.
Now, you know what I go through every day.
Yes.
Yes.
You work very, very hard.
I do. I work hard, I play hard. So I got to get this done because I got to take this back over to Bob's tomorrow. We're going to stuff it in his garage. Now that it's fully serviced and ready to go, we're going to stuff this in his garage, and it will be ready for parade season when parade season comes around. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, that really sucks. So now, in order to get the drums off easier, what I'd like to do is back off the brake adjusters. About 5 clicks. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is back the brake adjusters off about 5 clicks. So, 1, 2, 3. There's a thing there somewhere. 4, 5. Okay, now it should be super loose. Cotter pin. This looks like I did it. Why would I not adjust this properly? I don't know. Maybe I didn't.
I don't know. I don't remember you ever doing it on this one.
Oh, I did it at some point.
Huh.
Well, I think I did. Maybe Bill did. I don't remember. Let's blame it on Bill.
Unless you did it when I wasn't around, I don't know anything about it.
Well, I did the whole drivetrain when you weren't around. All right. Cotter pin. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That's just hand tight.
Oh my gosh, hand tight.
Hand tight.
That's terrifying.
Hand tight. Yeah, that sucks. Okay, so there's the outer bearing. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. Interesting. Okay. Drum looks good. We'll deep in there. Okay. Nope, don't need screwdrivers. There is such a thing as a bearing puller that pulls these, and I've yet to invest in one. So I just use screwdrivers.
Well, it seems like the screwdrivers work just fine.
It looks pretty good too. It's been replaced. Why wasn't it adjusted right? I don't know. Well, you know what happens too, and I'll show you this when it comes to time to adjust them, is a lot of times what people don't do is they don't tighten them down and seat the bearings fully. So I'm going to show you the right way to adjust wheel bearings. What a lot of people do, and I've seen it over and over, is they'll just put the wheel bearings on, they'll tighten them, okay, that feels good, that's it, put the cotter in and go. Not realizing that bearing's going to seat even further. So I go kind of past where you would normally stop and then spin the wheel. So you'll feel it like tighten up as you're tightening on the nut. You'll feel it tighten up, then you spin it, and then all of a sudden it loosens up again. Then you tighten the nut more, spin it, it loosens up again, tighten it more until it stops. That's how you know the bearings are seated, and then that doesn't happen. Okay, you remember how to do it?
I do.
You remember?
I do.
Yeah, in fact, we got a whole video on how to repack wheel bearings, and Tina's going to link to it right here.
Yeah, right there.
Okay. I got my shameless plug in. All right.
That was actually fun.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know why. It's kind of a soothing thing to do.
It's like when you were a kid and you know, parents told you not to get messy, and now you can. See, this grease looks like it's been hot, but I don't think it has. It's
kind of dark colored.
Yeah, it feels like it's been... The bearing looks fine. The bearing looks just fine. I'm just going to repack it. I'm not even going to clean... Well, maybe I should clean it out. I don't know. Yeah, I should probably clean it out.
Hard decision when you're so tired.
I know, I can't even think. So yeah, I'll just... Well, what I didn't want to do, because it's freezing cold, so I don't want to leave the shop open, but I got to use a non-gasoline cleaner. Boy, do people jump on me for using gasoline to clean bearings. You know what? That's the way we've always done it.
Yep.
It's tradition. So I'm going to use some not gasoline to clean the wheel bearings. So don't look at this. Don't look at this part.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see.
They're going to be so much happier after they're soaked. And their little spa treatment.
Little spa treatment, yeah.
All right. Look at all the grime coming off. Looks like you're panning for gold.
It's similar, yeah. What I really, 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 really want for Christmas, hint, hint, Tina,
Yeah?
is a parts washer.
Ooh, parts washer, huh?
But since I don't have a parts washer, I'm using not gasoline. This is how good not gasoline cleans, though. I mean, they're like brand new. So why wouldn't I use not gasoline? Look at that. They're like brand new.
Wow.
So
They're so shiny.
there's our washer.
Ruh-roh.
Oh, it's even got some black paint left on it.
Black paint?
Yeah. Well, somebody painted the... I won't say who, but he's 93 years old. Painted everything as a unit.
Ah, gotcha.
But since he's 93, he can get away with a lot. Alright. I don't know. If I was really nice, I'd probably repaint the nut, but I'm not going to.
Well, I think time is of the essence right at the moment. So.
Right at the moment, because I got to get to bed, and I got to get this done, because I got to get this out tomorrow. Ready to pack some wheel bearings?
Yes.
Alright, let's pack some wheel bearings.
You're going to massage the backing.
I'll use it. That's all right. Yeah, so it's actually pretty easy. All you're trying to do is you want to get grease all through all of the little rollers and everything. So I'll show you what we're going to do to pack this. It's actually pretty fun. This is the fun part. So take a big glop of grease, put it in your glove like that. Ta-da! Okay, now put your finger through that and start doing this. And if you do this enough times, see how grease is starting to come out the top there? See that?
Oh, yeah.
Not where my finger is, but
yeah,
right there?
I see that.
Okay, now rotate, repeat. Just keep doing that until the whole thing is packed. And it'll probably take about 2 handfuls of grease for the inner bearing and about 1.5 for the outer bearing. Okay, need a little more grease. It's nice and cold, so the grease is a little thick. Okay, now I like to go all the way around again just to make sure. I want to see it come out all the way around. So I'm just going around again, and indeed it's coming out all the way around. Okay, can you see?
Yep, it's all coming out the top. It looks like strawberry jelly.
It's all coming out the top, all that strawberry jelly. Yes, I use red Timken wheel bearing grease.
Huh.
There's lots of different kinds of wheel bearing grease. I just like this stuff. I've used it all my life. It's what I'm used to. Okay, there we go. 1 inner bearing. All greased, ready to go.
It wants to fight, huh?
It does. There it goes. Okay, now I've ripped my glove, so
fudge.
I'm going to take this grease, put it back in here, and re-glove. Get this off here. So, even though I'm not ready for the outer bearing yet, I'm still going to go ahead and pack the outer bearing so it is ready. I'll have everything sitting in there ready to go. So, same thing. Pull up the grease.
I don't know why it cracked me up to do that little itty bitty one.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of funny, huh? Okay, see the grease coming up out of the top there?
Yeah.
Okay, rotate. There are little machines and stuff that can do this for you, but by hand is absolutely the way to go. I've got 2 of those machines, and they're on the shelf. One of them's still in the package, and there it will remain.
Why do you bother having them then?
One of them was a Christmas gift, and the other one I got with a box of stuff I bought.
Oh, how funny. It could be Christmas gifts to somebody else.
I don't know, maybe. You guys want my bearing packer?
Yeah.
Maybe you should do a contest.
There's a contest prize.
Contest. Win Paul's bearing packer.
Yeah.
Paul won't use it, so you should.
Well, maybe somebody's got like bad arthritis or something like that, and it hurts too much to be doing what you're doing.
Yeah,
it might come in handy,
that's
right?
True. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah. There's a reason for everything.
There's a reason for everything. All right, this is well packed.
Yep.
Okay, so that is going to go in our tub right there, where it shall remain. Okay, now, take this off. Put the lid back on your grease because you don't want contaminants in it.
No, sir.
Nope. Out of the way. Okay. Hub back on.
Back on. Right.
Okay. Outer bearing back on, skinny side in. Okay. Now I'll wipe this off and get the grease out of that. The washer needs to go there. So the washer, you'll see there's a little bit of a groove in the spindle here. You'll see the washer has a little tab sticking out, and that tab goes right there in that groove. And then the nut goes on.
Genius.
Genius. Okay, and I'm going to put clean gloves on and show you how to adjust this. So start by rotating that. Just feel how it rotates. Get your handy dandy metric crescent wrench on here. Tighten up the nut and then spin it, and you'll see how it loosens up. I'll tighten it again. And it was tight, and then it loosens up. it again. Now it's tight. It's slightly loosened up. Now this is where I get very precise here. I just start doing this. Okay, now it's a little firm and not loosening up. So now you know the bearings are fully seated. So now you back off to where it spins freely. Not quite there. Very precise taps. Okay, that's freer. So now I'm going to find the cotter pin hole and line up to it. Yep, almost right there, I think. Nice and free. Get a brand new cotter pin. That'll be done. The holes on the spindles are front to back. So pull your cotter pin tight like that. Grab it with the pliers like that. Pull one side over the top. Get your handy Tanya Harding. Do that. Other side. Do that like that. Done. Put the wheel on. Oh, before I forget. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now put the wheel on. I didn't realize how scratched up this wheel's getting. I probably should repaint this at some point if we're going to show this again.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Well, we haven't decided what we're taking to concours this year yet. So this one, too, well, a year and a half ago, this won Best in Class. So it wasn't eligible for this last year, but it is eligible again for this coming year. So I don't know if we want to take this again or take something else by then. Who knows what we'll have by then.
It sure was fun.
Yeah, so all my Model A's have been to concours and they've all won. I think the coupe won just by default because there was like almost nobody in our class. Because the coupe really shouldn't have won, but it did. But
It was still fun, though.
it was fun. Yes, it was fun. For the few other Model A's that were there, like, how is a driver quality car winning a concours? That was kind of, All right. So I'm not torquing these because the wheel's off the ground and it's going to move, but I'm going to get them pretty tight. Go in the crisscross pattern. Now, a lot of people will notice that I've got tape on my four-way. The reason is I do this so that I don't scratch the spokes, and then inside my four-way is a washer so it bottoms out on the end of the lug nut and doesn't scratch the wheel. So that's why I've got all this tape and stuff on my four-way.
Nice.
Fancy. Okay.
Ingenuity at its best.
Yep. All right, now I will get the metallic cinder block out from under it. All right. Metallic cinder block out. Wheel on the ground. Now I'll torque them. And people ask how tight. That tight. That tight. I know people who put a torque wrench on their lug nuts. That's fine. That's okay. I don't need to because I go, and that's it.
You're pretty strong.
Yeah, well.
Probably putting about 100 pounds or more pressure on those.
I don't know if I got 100 foot-pounds on these or not, but I've never, ever had one come off. All right, now, just for fun, let's see if we took the wobble out of the wheel bearing.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at that, nice and steady.
Yeah, right?
Woo.
Look at that, much gooder.
Woohoo.
So there you go. That should fix the death wobble. We won't find out until tomorrow because it's freezing cold and dark outside.
Thank you, Paul.
Oh, you're welcome. Now I get to do the other side.
Hey, thank you for joining us today. I'm going to help Paul pack the other side of the wheel bearings now. And I hope this video was really helpful to you guys. And stay tuned because Paul is coming out with his mail truck video really, really soon. Keep your eyes open. Until then, I love you guys and you take care. See you soon. Mwah. Before I go, I want to give a super thanks to my super thanks donor, Richard Varian. Your generosity is so appreciated and it will help go a long ways in making these videos.